Hello everyone, this is Bryant with sfotsource.com, your premier guide to Six Flags over Texas. And I think it's been since before Holiday in the Park that we've done kind of a proper park update, just looking at ride refurbishments and other enhancement projects they have going on. So this video is going to kind of be a deep dive into what we kind of talked about when we last left off from those updates, what they've worked on, what they've finished, and what rides you can expect to be closed right now, because I do think some of the scheduled seasonal refurbishments have begun. Now, of course, that's not anything weird. The rides, they have to be refurbished, and with the park being open year-round, you kind of have to expect those things to be happening at times like this. Recently, we also kind of redid the way our Patreon is set up, and of course, we never ask anyone, we never try to make the Patreon thing a big deal, but we really appreciate everyone's support. We've got a brand new supporter at our top level. His name is Aaron. Aaron, we just want to say thank you a ton for your support. It's greatly appreciated. So without any further ado, let's head into the park, see what they've got going on, kind of get you prepared for your next visit. We're not going to waste any time. We've stopped off here in Six Flags Universe, kind of near the front of the park, and this gift shop that was down for a while, this back side, kind of where all of the DC Universe stuff is back open, and they've done some remodeling. It's a little interesting. It's not really much to it. Very modern, very minimalistic. It looks nice. The floor looks nice. You've got some new displays and stuff over here, but this is back open, and I guess we'll wait and see what they do with the rest of the shop, because the rest of it is still open. We were just inside Six Flags Universe looking at their remodeling project, but you swing across towards Bugs Bunny Boomtown, and here at Speedy Gonzales Truckin' Across America, we've pointed this out before. They've taken this fountain feature out. I'm sure it was giving them all kinds of issues. It's kind of been a thing for a while, but nothing really has happened since they've kind of torn this out. So here, just outside of Auntie Anne's in the USA section, you have Aquaman Power Wave, which opened earlier this year. And with it being winter, they are taking advantage of the weather, and it is down for refurbishment. So you see the sign there, and they do have a few things going on over here. So this was all kind of an open air station, but they're actually constructing a full-on operator booth. Probably because of how close they are to the line, because the line comes up this way. So this will give the operator booth a little more privacy and just makes everything a little bit safer. They have more of their focus on what they're actually doing with operating the ride. So definitely probably a good addition for 2024. So we backtracked from Aquaman Power Wave to go into the France section, and I noticed they've taken down the big France entryway. So a little bit curious if this is a refurbishment or if they've just decided we're not going to have this here anymore. We'll have to wait and see. But you know, the bathrooms that are in USA are French themed now, so maybe they were feeling lonely not actually being inside the France area. We have come into the Texas section, and we wrapped around here from France, but just want to point out another scheduled ride refurbishment is happening here at El Aserradero, or the Log Ride, and they've got their signage out right there. Now, one of the big things that's been reported on a lot of sites is that the El Rio Lento project is not happening, the kind of reimagined log ride. Park has not said anything. They've been really quiet about it, but what I will say is they've pulled any mention of it off the website and any mention of it in the park. They did have some banners and stuff, so our best guess is that that whole thing isn't happening, but hopefully they do some good TLC on these to keep them running. We have made our way into the Boomtown section. I know we're kind of moving all around the place, but this is where Miss Abby's Cookies and Ice Cream Shop has ended up. I guess, yeah, they do have ice cream. But once they put Cinnabon in, this was kind of displaced, and now it's back. You can see what they've got there on the menu. As we cross into Gotham City, there is another change over here. So this little spot right here was like a big hole in the ground for the longest time, but now they've actually taken this booth, which was over by the Joker, and moved it right next to the Cheetos popcorn stand. So this is where you can get some Dole soft serve. Of course, the only catch is it has to be open. Also here in Gotham City, just kind of behind Johnny Rockets, are these restrooms, and they have been closed. I assume they are being refurbished, a lot like what we saw in Tower and in Boomtown. So the Tower and the Boomtown restrooms, of course, are open. Looks like these are next up on the list to get a nice facelift. As we head towards the Joker roller coaster, I think that this is probably the most extensive change in terms of park updates, but this is where the Totally Twisted food booth used to be, so of course you're going to have a little bit of work to do over here now that it is a big hole in the ground. But the other crazy thing is that Harley Quinn's Insanity has been completely removed, and you can see kind of like where they used to house the components for the ride, like the mechanical computer components in that building back there, but the structure itself, other than that queue line back there, is completely gone. And you probably noticed in our last clip that the Joker was closed. It is just saying that it is closed due to high winds, and it's fairly windy out here, but with the history of this ride, it's them being extra safe and extra cautious. We've moved over into the older original Gotham City section, and like some of the other things we've looked at, this has been open for a while now, but you don't get to see them together very often. Batman has reopened after its paint refresh that I got kind of at the end of the summer there, and it is looking really nice. And we're not going to go up into Batman Station just because of the journey that's involved with that, but it definitely seems like they're running one train today, which might indicate that the second train is being refurbished. There was a point in time where they talked about buying a third train for this coaster, but I highly doubt that actually ever came to fruition. So if you're going to ride Batman, you might have to be patient during the holidays. So we've backed out of Gotham City and back up over to in front of Majestic Theater, and as you swing around this way, you run into Texas Skyscreamer, which says it is closed for refurbishment. And it looks like this little corner of the park is undergoing lots of refurbishments all at once. Judge Roy's Scream is now down, and this sign looks like it's from the last time they did a refurbishment, so I don't know if that spring timeline is correct. It's very possible it is, but park president posted on several places on social media showing them kind of refurbishing the trains and such, so much needed for Judge Roy's Scream. Keep this classic wooden coaster up and running. Also over here, the children's flat ride Cloud Bouncer is down. Nothing that points to a refurbishment, but maybe they decided, hey, we've got this other stuff down for refurbishment, maybe we do this one too. As nightfall starts to set in, we've rounded around into the tower section, and of course, during Holiday in the Park, Oil Derrick is like a big starry Christmas tree. So of course it is down because can't have anybody up there while the star is hanging off the side. But as we come back down to ground level, you can also see that the Roaring Rapids water ride is closed. Now, one thing I'm really digging is this cool sign that they've put here. But as you can expect, in the wintertime, this is prime time to refurbish Roaring Rapids. And it is expected to reopen in late spring, so they'll get this all ready to go for next year. All right, everyone, that does it for this look at Six Flags Over Texas and all the things they have going on. Hopefully this helps you out for your next visit and kind of gives you an idea of what they're working on, so you'll know what rides are open and what are closed. For the most part, this is not old school winter where, you know, lots of big chunks of the park are closed. There's still a lot of stuff to do. Of course, right now through December 31st, you have Holiday in the Park. So on top of all of the rides, you also have the specialty food, the live shows. So make sure you watch our Holiday in the Park video. That one came out before this one. I encourage y'all to check out sfotsource.com. That is our big guide to the park. You'll see construction updates, information about dining locations, rides, all that stuff right there on that website. Of course, feel free to ask in the comments below if you have any questions. We thank y'all for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon at a theme park.